test.
Great, yeah. It was for a short period then?
Yes.
Yeah. And what kind of techniques or what kind of materials did the teacher use with you?
Grammar, I think, grammar exercise. That was the main material.
And did you speak English in the class?
No.
Oh.
That was a preparation for a test, only to do the test that I need to respond.
Okay, so was these extra classes were, I mean, support for
Yes.
for school test? Ah, okay. And did you pass the test?
Yes.
Yes.
I did really well.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, this question is for two reasons. I mean, one, because first of all, this course is not supposed to be a course of grammar, but of course, I mean, grammar is important because you need to organize the elements when you speak and when you write and to understand them when you read. So for that reason, I uploaded a video. Let me see. It's quite long because it's about 30 minutes. There is something that, well, there is to have all the English tenses from the easiest one, I mean the simpler one, to the most complicated ones, right? And you have examples and rules. You are not supposed to learn them all and to be, I mean, a master of all tenses, but you're supposed to review the ones you already know and to reinforce the other ones that you probably don't know very well, and probably have a look at some others that you will never use probably, but because there are some of them that are very sophisticated, let's say, right? But let me show you something. Wait. I uploaded two different videos in YouCursos. Wait a minute. YouCursos, material docente. Yeah. One of them is master all tenses in 30 minutes. Okay. Well, take it just as it is, okay? There you have one. And the other one is a video that Germán has already watched, I suppose, because I uploaded, I mean, I saw it last semester. Diego, but it's new for you. That is the pronunciation of some words where you drop some syllables. You skip some syllables in a sentence. Okay?
Okay.
So those are the two videos that I will ask you to, well.
I'm looking YouCursos and there is one video.
Only one?
Not the, yeah, not the two videos.
But
I can see two videos.
Sorry?
Yes. I can see
yeah.
both videos.
Perhaps.
Maybe I must refresh.
Yeah, I think you
yeah.
must refresh the page, Diego.
Yeah, I got the two.
So there you can, so study them, watch them, and then all the questions, all the doubts, you can ask me after class. I mean, next class, okay? Well, okay. So let's see, wait a minute, let me, I need to turn down the heater because it's too high. The morning was very cold and now it's not so cold. Okay, so today, as I was telling Diego, we're going to have two activities, two different activities. The first one has to do with part of what we were talking about your childhood. Sorry, something else before I forget. Germán, if there is an activity that you notice that is something that I said last class or you already did, please tell me. Because there are some activities that I sometimes, especially listening. Yeah. So please let me know if that is the case, okay? In order not to repeat the activity. Yeah? Okay? Good. Well,
Okay.
so as you will be the only two students in this course, it will be almost like private lessons. Yeah. You will have a
Sounds
lot
like
of,
that.
sorry?
Sounds like that, like a
Yeah,
private lessons.
like private is very good for you because you will have plenty of time to practice. So first we're going to start, how old are you? Germán, you are 23, 24?
I mm, I am 88. No, I am 28. Sorry. I was thinking that my last birthday was the last Friday. So I,
Last Friday.
Ah,
yes.
happy
Ah,
birthday.
happy
Thanks.
birthday, yeah. And how old were you?
Me or you?
No, you. You,
I
Germán.
uh, I'm 28 years old.
28.
Yes.
Okay. You are 20. And you, Diego, how old are you?
31.
31. Okay. So your childhoods are very, I mean, just there, near the corner. Okay, around the corner. Okay, let's see. What do you remember most about your childhoods?
Um, I guess I remember a lot the family time, the traveling time with my family. Uh, my father spent a lot of time in show us national parks in Chile, and I guess that's uh, these are the moments that I most appreciate of my childhood
Yeah. Why was
because
that? I mean, was your father, why did you travel? Did your father travel so much?
no, it was because he wanted to show us the Chilean treasures, something like that. He can't travel in his childhood, so it was his dream, and he tried to uh, incorporate us to his dream.
Okay. And how many children are you?
We are two, me and my brother,
Uh-huh.
and my mother,
Yeah.
who traveled with us.
Okay. And what's all the places that you remember most? Those
Uh, I
memories.
remember um, Vicente Pérez Rosales Park.
Uh-huh.
That was my first traveling. I was 6 years old.
Okay.
Uh, I remember, ¿cómo se llama? Eh, Chungará Lake
Uh-huh.
in Arica. Uh, that was special because I get sick in the travel
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the height, and my father carried me all the trip.
Okay.
Uh,
And how old were you at that time?
I guess 13.
Ah, so it was not that easy to take you. I mean, to carry. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
sick, and the I don't know how it says.
Altitude sickness.
Oh,
I mean,
the
yeah.
high,
Yes.
I don't
Altitude.
know
If
how.
I'm not wrong, it's altitude sickness, I think. Wait, let me check, but I think if that is a, yes.
Puna,
Yes.
la puna.
El soroche para los peruanos. Yeah.
And my
Okay.
father carried me in that way, so
Only
he
apparent.
wasn't very happy. He wasn't very happy.
Okay,
Uh,
very nice.
uh,
Nice
yeah,
memories.
yeah, a lot of memories.
A lot of memories. What about you, Hilman? What do you remember most about your childhood?
I remember the time that I spent playing with my brothers. We are four brothers, so we was always playing here or there,
Mm-hmm.
and and that was in my um, anterior casa,
My old house.
my old house, and then
Hilman,
when
sorry to interrupt you, Hilman. Remember, you don't have a private translator.
okay,
Okay? Okay. So you have to see how you can express what you want to say without using Spanish, please. Okay?
I will try.
Try hard.
Um, well, then when we moved to our new house, um, it wa- it is located in a neighborhood that is close to the outside. I
Yeah?
don't know how can I say that in uh, in
Sorry,
English, but huh?
it's close to the, sorry, I couldn't hear you
To
well.
the outside. There is
The
a
outskirts. I mean, not in the city center, but the opposite of the city center. Is that what you mean?
no. I mean that the house complex
Hmm.
has mm, a fence in the enter with a guard. That
Ah, okay. It's a condominium?
yes, condominium. I don't know
Yeah, in
that
English we
word.
say condo. I mean, condominium is a word. Condominium. That's the complete word, condominium. But people in normal conversation normally use the word condo. Condo.
Condo.
Yeah.
The I was trying hard.
Okay, yeah.
um,
You
so
live in a condo?
yes, and I had too many friends that uh, who live there too.
Uh-huh.
So we was free to go outside and play together.
How
Um,
many years old have you with difference with your brothers?
mm, 3, 5, and 10.
10.
Yes,
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, especially when you are a little kid. I mean, when you're a child.
It's hard to be the oldest brother.
You are the
Have the
oldest.
responsibilities.
Yes, I
You are
am
the
the
oldest.
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to talk about my traumas, my childhood traumas.
No. This is not responsibility. No, I mean, I thought you were the youngest. Ah, you are the oldest.
The oldest, yes.
You can say the oldest. You are yeah, you are the oldest or the eldest. Actually, eldest is exactly the situation. I mean, oldest can be
Uh,
used in, you can say the oldest building in the street is that one, the oldest book,
Mm,
etc. Eldest is only for people, talking about age of
mm,
people, right, in a family. So you are the
okay.
eldest child. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. And despite your difference with your brothers, you could play with them and have fun.
Yes,
Good.
because um, with my brother that I had 10 years of difference come later, 10 years later, but my other brothers I just have 3 or 5 years. So that is a range of age that doesn't um, that what can play with
Yeah, doesn't
share
make
the same things.
secrets. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Okay, when let's see some things. When you talk about, I mean, in your case, you are four children altogether, four brothers. The question to ask about the different ages. What's the age difference between what's the age difference between you and your brothers? Yeah, that's the best way I think to make the question. Okay, good. Be
I
careful.
I used how many years of difference. I don't
Yes,
know if
Mm.
yeah.
that is okay, but
It's not completely wrong, but it's not the best way I would say, Diego. Yeah,
mhm.
what's the age difference is better. And then be careful, Herman. Remember that we were, no we was. Okay? He,
Mm.
she, it was. Yeah? Okay. Goody goody. Well, one more question, I mean, before you make questions, okay? Let's see, when you were little children, little boys, was there anything about the adults that particularly called your attention? That caught your attention, or was strange, or was difficult to understand? Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Mm. I think that I was uh, a really innocent child. So I thought, or I believed that adults always have the reason in any topic.
Yeah.
So when I grew up and real realized that adults can also make mistakes.
Yeah. So you thought that the adults, I mean, the other people were always right.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
because they have the experience, they had the experience and the lifetime to do the things right.
Yeah.
So I that was really innocent.
Yeah. Naive, you can say, right?
Yeah, I
Naive,
don't.
right? You were, I mean, all children are naive. Yeah. And so when you realized that it was not like that, probably you felt very disappointed, or not?
Hmm. I I felt um mm, yes, I was really disappointing because um that was my childhood structure. So I did that adults um, says that I should do because they have they was right.
They were right.
They were right.
They
Sorry.
were right. Okay. You did
as the as
what?
the eldest brother, did you you try to get the structure of an adult with your
Yes,
brothers?
yes, and I paid a really high um, cost for that because I I was a really bad brother, I think.
Bad brother?
Yes,
Why?
because I wanted to reproduce
Ah,
that structure with my brothers,
Ah,
being me the the eldest, of being me the adult in that.
Right.
Um,
So you were always right.
yes,
Yeah. Okay. It's logical.
and that and that is and that's it.
Okay.
I live that with my brother. I'm the youngest,
Oh yeah.
and my brother is 35. Uh, the 19th of September, he is his birthday,
Yeah.
and when we were young, he was very uh, uh,
Strict.
structured, see,
Strict.
strict with me. But uh, when we were growing up, that difference was equilibrating.
Balanced.
So balance. So and now we are as I feel that we are equals, and we make a lot of things together. So you will losing that difference with your brothers, and they will looking from my vision, they will uh, uh, appreciate the things you did. I
Mhm.
was a very a very crazy kid, and my brother makes me some structure that I'm glad to have in this moment.
Mhm.
In a doctorate,
Yeah. You have a son,
unexpected.
Diego.
Huh?
You have a son.
Yeah, I have a son.
Yeah. And what about your, do you think that you reproduce that kind of a structure with your own child? With your own son?
No, no. I have a little difference with Herman, that my father always tried to be our friend, but my brother, uh, 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 I don't know how it says, uh, Karens, uh, take that the friendship of my father, take that as a current of a father. So he tried to be a father too.
Ah, so your father was a friend and your brother behaved like a like a father.
See, he tried to be the father of the family, because my father was too closest to us.
Yeah. So your
Yeah,
brother took the
take the
role.
role of a father.
Okay. Okay. And how old is your father?
Now he's on 55.
So he was very young when when you were a little kid. Yeah.
Yes. So my father vision is like to be the friend of my son.
Yeah.
I I I try to play with him. I spend a lot of time with him. Sometimes I have reunions, or meetings, and try to uh, move uh, the meetings, because it's the time to play with my son. So I
Village.
privilege my my family time
Hmm. Yeah.
above my working time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a problem to me, but I have that vision of my
Yeah.
life,
You have that view,
that view.
view of that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I don't have children, so I cannot talk from experience, but in my opinion, I think that parents are parents and friends are friends, or no?
Mhm.
I think. I don't know.
Yes, also I don't mean my that my father don't give us some rules and some responsibilities, but he always tried to use the time to play with us,
Ah,
to teach us things, to not to be the structured father that makes you, hey,
not the
go to
soccer,
bed,
the
go to
soccer.
bed, claro, make your homework. No, nothing like that.
Yeah. Good. Well, I want you now to make questions and answer questions about your childhood. I mean, your previous life. Let's see. I will give you two different sets of questions. So I will send it to your mails because you will have different. Let's see. I will send it to your mail to have different pages. Wait. Wait a minute, please. Okay. Okay, Diego, there you have your.
There is no attachment.
Yes? Wait. Are you sure it is not there?
Yes.
Did you refresh? Let's see, wait a minute. Let me see. Ah, yeah, you're right. Didn't. Ah, come on.
Maybe it resets when send the failure.
But wait. Yeah, you're right. It's not there. Again. Ah. Now it should be okay. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So
I got
now
it.
you have, let me see. You both, I mean, each of you has different questions, right? Actually, 10 questions. On the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you have a map. It's a life map. And there are some bubbles, some balloons, some clouds, empty clouds. Okay. So you're going to interview each other, right? About your experiences. And then you're going to write a short title for each answer in the correct place of on the life map. Each space has a number, the number of the question. Yes? Do you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay, I will give you some minutes for you to do it. As you are only two, I will not make breakout rooms. I will listen to you. I will not interrupt you. I will take notes, but I will not interrupt your conversations. Yes?
Okay.
After the interview, you will have to talk about the answers you collected. Do you understand it?
Not at all.
You will make an interview, you will collect answers, and you will write. I mean, for example, question now, number one. What is your earliest memory in exercise group A? Okay,
Mhm.
so I don't know. My earliest memories is when I went to school. I don't know. So you write first day at school. I mean, a short group of words for you to
Okay.
remember that. Yes?
Mhm.
Okay.
But I didn't understand what we have to do in the math.
You
In
have to
the
write that. I mean, you have to write a couple of words or a word, one word or two words for you to remember what the answer was. Something that
ah
helps you understand that. Yeah?
okay. I guess I have to associate the memory to a building or something like that.
No. Nothing to do with buildings. Okay? Do you understand it?
Yes.
Yes? Herman, do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. So, go ahead, read the questions, and I will be just taking notes.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm the A.
Okay, you can do perhaps one question each. So it's
Yes,
okay.
Can I start?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
The student A can start.
Student A. Okay, student B. Uh, what is your earliest memory as a child?
Mm, Early is isn't recently the
Mhm.
yes.
Your earliest memory as a child.
Mm, but I don't know the meaning of early.
Earliest is when you were young. I guess uh, before the 10 years old or something like that.
Yes, but is it's like the first remember the first thing that I remember or the last thing when
The first thing that
the
you
okay.
remember.
Mm, my mm, I see me playing in a big house garden and playing with a wallet.
Wallet.
I, yes, I don't know why, but um, I was playing with a wallet, and as I see my parents and grandparents um, taking um, having dinner or the lunch in in a big um,
Mhm.
in a big table. So uh, I was the young, o sea, the eldest, like I said before. So I was alone playing with my wallets. I don't know if that a nice. I don't know if it is a nice memory, but it's the first I came to my mind. Um. Okay. In the beginning, what was the first present you received?
My first present as a gift. Mm, present that I remember because
I think.
uh, I I I guess the the gift that I remember as the not the first, but I um, I have the memory is that my mother give me a cat. She came home with with a pine, a tree, a pine, and a cat. And she says to us, my brother and I, um, who um, who wants the tree and who wants the cat? And my brother choose the tree. and and we went and planned it, and I I slept with the cat that night, but at the other day, my father says that cats can't live into a house.
Oh,
So, so I had, no, I had to make, uh, uh, to make a little house to him, to it, a little house to it, and, and, and try to choose a name. And curiously, when I was uh, uh, thinking about the name, uh, my brother give me another another gift that was the lonely, I don't know, uh, uh, the, the lonely cowboy, el llanero solitario,
yeah.
uh, el llanero solitario,
Like
and
a toy?
I no, the comic,
Ah, okay.
the Lonely Ranger comic, and I called my cat Silver as the horse of the Lonely Ranger.
Mhm. That's
That
fine.
was the first gift that I received, first present. Um, what was your favorite room in the house where you grew up?
Hmm. My favorite room was the living room, but not the main living rooms. Um, my house had three floor.
Hmm?
So in the third, in the beginning, we um hadn't enough furniture to put in all the house. So that floor was empty. That was like the time room in Dragon Ball.
Ah, okay.
So we could jump and run around with my brothers. And we took and the thing when we where we sleep, like the bed without the
Mhm.
bed, just the
Like camp, like
mm,
camp into the house, something like that.
no the I am trying. The is the bed if we sleep we sleep. I am trying to say that we take the bed, the the thing, maybe give me a second. Anyway, we ran in that place, so that was my I think I don't know what's the it's like a pillow but big.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Um, Pillow
Maybe
big. That thing like a pier.
yes, and we made a fortress with that pillows of the sofa. Or that's what what I'm trying to say.
I will call that room the playing room.
That was the playing room until until his his transformation to another boarding room. um, as a child, what was the most interesting place in the neighborhood where you lived as a child?
It's hard to answer that because I didn't live in a neighborhood. I lived in a farm, uh, but the interesting thing uh, of living in a farm is that you uh, can make anything you want, wherever you want, uh, because no one is looking at you. And so you can make anything or everything. And so the what was the
What was the most interesting place in your
but
farm?
the in the farm the most interesting place I guess it was the tractor barn because there was um, a, a lot of of machine that when I was a child I didn't understand how it works or what it was. So I imagine that was I don't know time machines or spaceships.
Mm.
So that was a very interesting place. Um,
What's the name of the place? Can you repeat it,
uh,
please?
the tractor barn. I don't know if that it's a good name, but it's a barn. I don't know if it's barn, a tractor barn, or only a barn, but a barn.
Tractor?
Tractor. There was only tractor machine,
The
machines
barn.
uh, to use with the tractors. So I guess it's tractor barn.
I've never heard that combination, but yeah, but it must be. Yeah. Tractor should be. I will take it.
Mm.
um, uh, what was the name of a person you really admired when you were young?
Mm. It's a hard one.
Maybe a musician or a, a TV show
Mm.
director.
Maybe because the reason that I told before. So I think that I no, maybe it's not really hard. I admire I admire my father because he always was a kind father that um who play with us and I don't know. Um, for example, where when we was on our birthday with my brothers, we invite to our friend we invite our friends, and my father um, organize play too many plays and play yes, and we have a really good memory. We we had really good times. So
And what was the name of your father? Or
uh,
what is the name of your
the name?
Yes, I asked you what was the name of a person you really admire.
Ah, okay. I
Oh, it's okay.
wasn't.
I like the answer.
Okay, sorry. Alejandro. Alejandro is the name of my father. I wasn't um, responding the question.
Yeah, but it was a good answer.
Okay. Um, as a child, what was the first job you wanted to do when you grew up?
um, uh, I guess the first job I wanted to do, uh, I want to be a chef when I was a child.
Why?
My grandpa was a baker,
Mm,
and when he went to our house, he always makes some 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 uh, some I don't know, some kind of pie with different kind of fruits, and 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 he tried to incorporate all the family in the cooking time. So we the kids um, make the mass make the mass, but a dirty mass, always playing in the floor. So we never used maybe that mask, but it was very funny to us, and me and my closest um uh, I don't know, my closest um, the son of my uncle
Housing?
cousin, my closest cousin, want to have um, a restaurant and cook the plates that we have learned in,
Mm,
in that in that family cooking days.
that's really nice.
That was my first job. Was my first desire of a job.
Thanks.
Uh, um, our now I have to ask you some life experience, and what is the most interesting place you have ever been?
What's
The
what
most
was the first part of the question?
What is the most interesting place you have ever been?
Mm, I think that the most interesting place that I have ever been is the Sun Island in the Titicaca Lake in Bolivia.
Ah,
That that is
the floating islands, or
the Sun, the the Sun Island. That
yeah, okay, the that of the one that is like a mountain.
yes,
The
it's a really nice place. Um, I visit it like a tourist, so mm, like a tourist and with another uh, point of view. So I didn't um, enter in the culture of the place. So I was um, the tourist who was to a nice or a beautiful place, but don't ask too many questions. And now I can see that was a mistake because it's a really rich
Mhm.
culture, and that was a place that hasn't hadn't um, a police department or a law agent that can, that can I see and say, oh, okay, I don't do that because it's out of law. So in that moment, uh, that fact comes to my mind, and like uh, a really interesting aspect.
Do
Uh,
you want to go again to Titicaca, or want to travel to other places? Do you do
I
you
want
go
to
back?
go, yes, maybe for less time, but I want to go again.
It's a very beautiful place, Titicaca.
Have you ever be
I
in
I
there?
went when I was in pre-grade. I went with my friends.
Oh, okay,
Was a very cool trip.
Mochileo.
Yeah, mochileo.
um, who was the most interesting person you ever met?
Interesting person. Uh, oh, hmm. I guess is my grandfather because he was uh, um, a military in the civil war in Spain, but uh, uh, he was obligated. I don't know how it says. Obligated to make the military service, and he was Vasco, and he never studied Spanish. He never learned the language, so he never um, understood the orders, and he has the story that uh, he was fighting in Pamplona with Basque, and he was a Basque. So when he stopped to to shoot in a I don't know, tiroteo shooting,
Mhm.
in a shooting, he looked the other way, and in the other band was his brother shooting at him, and they two they two quit the civil war, and they come to Chile, quitting the war, and without speaking Spanish, and only knowing to make bread, to bakery. They started a family. They and make and give us all the things that we have.
Mm.
Later, from the bakery, he studied some agriculture, and started a little farm. Started a little farm, and my father take the farm and make it uh, uh, grow, cultivate it. So all the things that he did, and without knowing anything, he was he never studied in the school, nothing, and with all the things that he atrever,
Mm.
or all the things that dare to do, uh, make the all things that he give us
Mm.
to us.
It takes a lot of brave to start a new life in another country with another language.
Mm, yes, but he was scared because he was a deserter,
Yes.
so he had to go out anywhere. Take he took the first ship that he
Mm.
found.
To be scared is a natural reaction, but uh, to dare to be scared is is really hard to decide. I
Mm,
think it's it's give the first step. When you, oh, I think when you saw yourself shooting to your own brother must be the the thing that makes you take that step.
mm. He said to me that he never knows that he was in war.
Hmm.
He never knows that he was in a civil war. He thought that was a war, but with terrorists. I think they thought that he was fighting with terrorists, not a civil war.
Hmm. How many years he had in that time?
No, he now is dead. He died almost 10 years ago, at 90, 96 years old.
He had he have now he had
No, he died 10 years ago.
okay, but when he quit the war, how many years
Ah, I guess he
he had?
was like 16 or 15, 15, pardon,
Hmm.
15 or 15. And his brother was 18. They were too young in fighting.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah, it's it's
Tough story.
a mm, it's rough. What is the strangest thing? What is the strangest thing? Strangest. Oh, espérame, wait. What is the strangest thing you ever seen or done?
Hmm. I like to do strange things. So maybe the strangest thing is
or ever seen.
mm, mm, it's a good question. uh, mm, I think that the one of the strangest thing that I saw uh, is the first time that I saw lights in the sky,
Mm,
but I was coming back with my brother. I was driving the car, and my brother was sitting by my side, and I I remember that we was uh, paying attention to one program in the radio, and um, suddenly he points with her finger to the sky and scream, the, "What the fuck?" And I looked at that and said the same thing, because that was really weird. It was the there were too many lights in the sky that goes to one side to the other, and the I felt a, a really hard emotion. Um, Flying saucers is like
Saucers?
a saucer. It's like a UFO or
Hmm?
something. Yes, but this the thing that's the thing. Um, we felt too scary, and we was in, we was at a traffic light in red. So we was waiting for green to escape from that situation, but we at last we saw that those lights wasn't UFO. That 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 light was um, a lamp with a light, a candle,
mhm.
but too many like that. So we look each other and say nothing and just go.
You make me remember a night that I was in my home, and we look from the second floor. We we can look to the city, to Curicó city, it's far away, but we can see the city. And uh, uh, we when I was like 10 years old, my father called me to the second floor and tell me that told me that he was looking a flying lights uh, oh, above Curicó, and we called my grandma and and tell and we told her that he went out to the house to see the lights, and she started to call her all her friends and the family, and everyone was looking the lights, and the lights started to uh, wear wear the news in the radio. I see, like breaking news, the lights of Curicó, and it was a discotheque, a new discotheque with those lights, like a Batman kind. Well, that was a shame.
Oh. Okay.
Wait,
Um,
I, I'm, I'm
it's
writing your answer.
okay.
Like fake UFOs. um, what? I don't know.
It's my time.
You have to. You say.
Yes. What is the most dangerous or frightening thing that
Frightening.
frightening thing that ever happened to you? Happened to you?
Excuse me. It's a bit noisy.
Uh,
My belt is a bit noisy. Sorry. The belt. Sorry.
uh, I remember that I was camping with a cousin in the in the in the mountain, and uh, at this of the 5 a.m. we started to hear noises, but very weird noises, something like "Ooh, ooh, ooh," pero, but at the side uh, of our camp, and my cousin that was eldest in the camp take an axe and and hug me like a superhero, and uh, wait for the thing that was outside comes to us and for attack. And I was very scared. So in a moment he started to scream, but like a Spartan. And we run out
Tent?
the tent. Tent. We run out the tent, and it was a fox.
Oh.
uh,
What was doing the fox?
he was I guess he was scared because was the tent close his uh, madriguera. No, no, no idea how it says.
No
Let
idea.
His
me
house.
Oh.
of his house of his house. Um, and he started to like lagging, no, barking, like, but in the fox language, that that is something like como. I was very, very, very afraid that night.
Okay. Wow, that sounds
um,
dangerous.
I had never listened a fox, so I was thinking, I don't know, something like chupacabras or. So I was very, very afraid. Um, what a shame. um, what is the strangest thing you ever seen? What is the biggest success that you've had?
I think that my biggest success is the way that I the way in that I see the world. I don't know if have sense, but I think that all all things uh, all the things that I do or I did in my life um, conduce me to this way of life view. It's okay or
Hmm. Do you like your life? And you have a positive uh, positive uh, point of view of your life?
no, no, no. I think that I
No.
am more like a nihilistic person,
Hmm.
but I don't know if it positive or is or, or even happy, but I construct a, a good base to conversation and communication way. So when I meet a person, I think that I can em, empathize, empathize, empathizar. I think that I can do that in in a good way,
Hmm.
and that allow allows to me go on in relationships.
Hmm.
Um, I I must recognize that it costs me uh, to many this many fight. I don't know many discussion mm, because uh, not all the people understand that. So I don't know. My last uh, relationship, my last affective relationship, uh, was over because of that. The other person wasn't um, responsive, hasn't affective responsitivity.
Ability.
Yes, Um, I am trying to say that words that are new for me in Spanish and in English, so it's hard to
Part
say.
of the learning.
Yes.
Definitely.
But I think you are very connected with your feelings, and that is very good. But
Yes, I think that in my childhood, um, because patriarchal way of life doesn't, I didn't explore my feelings, and boys don't have to be um, sad, or
Hmm.
boys don't cry. Boys don't cry is a song for that. So um, when I grow up, I assume that responsibility and do something with that. That
but
was,
it's good you notice that you have to explore your feelings.
yes,
That's
I
very good.
think that is my greatest um, achievement. I don't know.
Maybe that's your biggest success.
I guess.
Explore your feelings. It's hard to explore our feelings. I in the country, the main feelings. If you
Mm,
express that, you are uh, less than you're looked at a kind of woman,
you're a pussy
and
if
a very
you do
pussy.
that.
Yeah.
Mm, it's
So I live that process too, and it's very hard to explore your feelings when you have never and you never had a guide in that. It's like uh, it's like go to a like to go into a forest
mm,
and you can see nothing, and there's no a guide, there's no way out, so you have to explore and explore till find
mm,
something.
yes. Even
Very.
you don't know words explain explain what are you feeling.
Hmm.
You are sad or you are angry. Um, when I was child, I was just sad or anger, but anything else. And
Mhm.
there is some adults that think as well.
Yes,
That as,
it's hard in a relationship when you have to tell your girl that you love her, or when uh, typically they used to ask, how many do you love me, or what do you feel. And that's, I guess, is the hardest question that something someone can can make
yes.
can give do me make me. Oh, tengo
Hmm.
orgullo. That's a hard question. um, uh,
I think Germán,
see, Herman
Germán's
have
turn.
your turn to
It's
ask.
my turn.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Sorry. Um, Looking back in your life, what do you most regret doing? What do you most regret doing?
Um, I have a memory of my mother uh, in a, I guess it was in Christmas, that my cousins celebrate the Christmas before the 25 of December, and they received them gift before the night. So I I wanted to go to the my cousin's house and celebrate the Christmas, but my mother wasn't that I went to my cousin's house. So I started to love her, uh, with anger that I want, I wanted go to my cousin's house and I screamed her that I hate her, and she started to cry. Uh, so I have that memory, and I really I feel really bad about that. Um, because it was a very stupid argument, and and that I want to that the thing that I want to do in that moment uh, was insignificantly. So I don't know. I know that that things are from are the things are guide keep things, but I have that memory. It's a recurrent memory. So I think that it's a kind of uh, traumatic moment. I don't know.
And why your mom didn't want to you, oh, we didn't, why your mom don't or didn't give you permission to go with your cousin?
Because it was we were close to Christmas Day. Maybe it was 23 or 24, and we will celebrate the Christmas in the house soon. But I was thinking just in the toys and to receive my gift soon. Mm. So it was uh, when okay a stupid of stupidness, no sé,
The
of a kid,
selfish boy.
the selfish boy.
Mm.
A stupid boy. um,
Sorry to interrupt you. Are you too tired to make a break now and go on later on, or do you prefer to finish the questions and then
I
the break?
prefer the second.
To finish the questions and then the break?
Yes.
mhm.
Yes? Okay.
We're having a good time.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
It's your turn,
Oh,
Diego.
okay. Uh, what was the biggest opportunity that you missed?
So mean, teacher.
it's something like a psychological test.
Yes.
A different, well, not always, depends on the group. Some other groups has very interesting, but that's good.
Hmm. I think that the biggest opportunity that I missed was the time that I don't share with my grandma. Uh, my grandma died too many years ago, but when she was her, she had her last time, I came to visit her and said that we can go together to see a movie or something like that, do something outside, because she was in her room, just I don't know if she was in pain, but she was ill, so illness in a closed room is a bad thing. um
But but
but that
she spent how many years in that illness?
mm, I think maybe 2 or 3. It's a long time, and that opportunity, or that time never comes. I i visit her a lot of time, but I never uh, con concrete or I never go to her house and say with say that, yeah, okay, take your clothes, we are going outside.
Mm.
So I remember that with pain, or with um, it's a sad memory because I think that I could do more.
Yeah, sometimes we think that we're gonna make we're gonna do things tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes.
Oh, the story of my life. Hmm. But it gives me a treasure learning to never do that again. Wow. Um, what are you most proud of?
um, I know I have to say my son, but I will try to use um, other answer. um, um, I'm very proud about a musical project um, that I started in uh, uh, like 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, um, that it's a musical project with my brother, and in 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 uh, uh, in a few years we started to write our songs. We record an album. We record 2 albums, and in a toccata, a rock fest. We two managers talk to us, and and offered us to promotionate us in the radio, and we started to go to the radio. We record our first single, professional single, and 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 a day came our manager and told us we will no, we were, I don't know how it says because the time is hard to explain. In that moment, he told us that we will play with Jepe in the SSD. So we played with him. We telonear. We telonear Jepe.
That's really nice. What type of music do you play?
We play like something like soft rock.
Okay.
And there is I have the links on YouTube if you want to listen.
I want to. I want to see that.
We have a little EP uh, with uh, folk music
Yeah.
that is the 5 songs that explain my five no my four most important stages in my life. That it's the born, my my when I was born, my the moment when I go out to the house, o sea, well from house to the university, the moment when I got my first heart rupture, and a moment that is about the it's about my how I live the oldest no how I live la vejez.
Old age.
But looking my grandfather, but uh, explaining from my own view.
What is the name of your project?
The project it's called Detractores,
Okay.
but they like lost.
Can you write it in the
Yes.
chat?
Okay.
Detractors. um,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks. But in the end of the 2018, the drummer of the band, that was a professional drummer, started to play with Anita Tijoux, and she left us, obviously,
Oh.
because Anita Tijoux paid, and it's very good for her CV. Was a she drummer, and she left us, and we never found a drummer with her abilities and her uh, uh, experience, because she teaches a lot of music because she was a professional. So we lost her, and we started to go up to go to the hell.
Mm. Good for
And now,
her.
very very good for her.
Mm.
She tell us that she wanted to stay with us if we wanted to, but it was very selfish because she got the opportunity to grow up like as a professional. So
Yes.
we choose to let her go and and try to do what we can with the music. But
Maybe if she um, will say no in this interview, in the question of the miss opportunity, will regret that.
yes,
Mm.
and but well, after that I get the news that I will be a father. So I left music because I was concentrated in my paternity, and my brother started to play along in open mix, and he is a kind of famous of the open mix. Always call other artists always call him to the open mix to play, and and with uh, ¿cómo se llama? Well, and I got push. I don't know how it says. He started to play in an evangelic band, rock band,
Oh.
and he is famous in Santiago evangelistic rock band, rock world. He plays. They are very, very, very professional musicians.
Are you evangelist?
No,
And he?
my, my brother, no. He just plays because he wants to play,
Yeah,
and
okay.
he play all the um, Sunday in different kind of churches, and
What
it's
is
he likes that.
what is the artistic name of your brother?
Evangelic. My brother is McLovin.
Loving.
There's a lot of McLovin in the music music world, but let me share you the the link of his first video that I learned to play drums to record the drums of this song.
Okay. I will copy that. Copy. And last question. Have
Yes.
you a Wikipedia page with the tractors?
No, no, we have no. I have um, patent the name
Okay.
and the logo, but in España appear another detractores that started a legal process because of the
Mm.
name, and uh, but we I don't know how, but we won because we were first in YouTube.
Okay.
The name was first in YouTube, so the name was original from us.
Okay, good.
I didn't contract a lawyer. I didn't nothing. I just noticed that I win.
That's good.
But no,
Um,
no, there's no a page, an official page of the band. No, it
Not
doesn't
either.
exist. No.
you
Uh,
should write one with your achievements and your story.
Hmm.
mm, that's a very, very good idea. But I don't know if uh, it works. Don't being a famous man.
But it's a good thing to have, and maybe you can um, visit your brother, share a beer, and write it. It's a good
My
activity.
brother is a very good writer. He's uh, a writer,
Mm,
so it's a very good one.
do it.
It's my turn to
Yes,
ask.
please.
Yes.
Uh, who do you most who do you most like spending time with?
Mm, I have to say that I don't like to spend a lot of time with just one person, but the time that I like to spend is with my friends, particularly with my best friend. The His name is Javier. So we have a like 10 years of friendship, maybe more. So we we never have a fight. I think that is a good a good thing.
Do you have constantly contact with him, or have you ever lost the contact with him and don't speak for life reasons?
um, there is a variation in the frequency of he, us communication because quarantine or
Mm.
um, self projects. So, but anyway, we always um, call each other or something like that. Um,
I ask you that because my best friend, uh, every time that he start to go out with something with someone, uh, 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 forget about me. I was
uh,
looking if that is normal.
I think that is normal because everybody everybody have to must have his space.
Mhm.
So if Javier doesn't um, want to spend time with me in that moment, it's okay. So in another moment will be. Um,
Okay.
go on. Where do you spend most of your time?
Uh, I guess that in the well, but right now in the house, but in normal days, um, I guess I spend a lot of time in the laboratory.
Have you a
And
laboratory in your house?
no, no, in normal days,
Ah,
in the
okay, okay, okay.
university. um, I spend a lot of time in the laboratory because sometimes we have a lot of work, and how and because we um, we study insects, we have a few window of time to make all the works on on that on that animals. So if we start at I don't know 9 a.m., we continue work till we end. So sometimes I have to left out Mapu at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. because we have to finish the work that we started the day.
Mm.
So I guess I spend a lot of time in laboratory, but fortunately, my boss is very considerate with that and give us a free day after the hard period.
Okay, that's nice. I think that I met you in a laboratory. Maybe
Maybe
in a ayudantía, something
maybe
like that.
if you do uh, bióticos or
Yes.
uh, in the 2011 or after that, you I I was your assistant. No,
Assistantship.
your
Mm.
assistant. So
My
maybe we met in the past,
in another life
in another life.
without quarantine. I don't know if that exists.
I I I finished the quarantine yesterday, and I I I go around, and I feel very sorry, uh,
Tired?
tired of walking.
Mm.
The health was lost in the
I,
quarantine.
I leave quarantine yesterday too, but I don't I all I mm, I or don't go outside already. I don't know how can I say that. Sorry.
But I can understand. Um, I I go out to look the context, because I don't know uh, if people it's gonna wait a few weeks, or if they are going out like a crazy ones in the first date. So I wanted to see the 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 the, the concern, the reaction of the people. And I went out, but I was so out of breath in two squares. So I came back to the house.
And
try to
I
go
think
out the house because it's hard to recover the the physical state
mm,
of
um,
walking.
I felt too anxious because I was living the quarantine, thinking in, well, now I am free. What I'm gonna do with my freedom? But I am in my room yet, so
But no, but did you play the guitar or something or nothing? Just looking at the roof.
mm, no, I do things here, but it's a outside world that must be explored now.
uh, uh, you're not agoraphobic?
It's more, no, I don't know if. um,
I felt like an agoraphobic when I went out.
oh, but I go outside in quarantine. I admit that, to see
Okay.
friends or something like that with my mask and um, social distance. But anyway, I think that we can. That is your turn. Maybe we
Mhm.
can go on.
Uh, what do you most enjoy doing?
Mm, I think that I enjoy the outdoor activities. So I mean, go to do trekking in the mount on the in the mount
Mhm.
hmm, the mountain and do camping. And I I am glad in that I am glad when I have a moment without my cell phone, and in that place I don't have any signal, so or cell phone signal, so I forget that and just pay attention in survival. So do the fire or go and go to get water and mm, it's a fancy survival. I think that I don't like to go formal camping with bathroom or electricity, but I prepare myself many days before go camping, so I uh, never mm, I have anything that I need to do that in the good way.
You
So
carry your food or you go hunting some like survivorman or
no, I carry
proof
my
of
own food,
anything.
and I admit that I am a vegetarian camping. It's
Okay.
more easily.
Hmm. You used to recollect, as in some grapes or something like that, or
Mm,
you only eat that you carry.
maybe I if I see some plants that I can use in an infusion, I
Hmm.
do that like boldo in cajon de Maipo maybe, but I don't know more than. It.
Okay. Um, it's your turn.
Um, Wait me a second. Nice. What is your favorite thing that you own? You own.
I own, like, I have.
Yes.
My favorite thing that I have, mm, maybe my guitar, my electric guitar. Um, it's a it's a very beautiful guitar. I have no the idea that I have to have feelings for the things. I'm not very
Material person.
very material person. No, I if I have to send something or give something, I don't care that at all. But I guess thinking in that way of feel things for a thing, I guess my guitar will be the special thing that I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's I bought it I bought it at least 5 years ago, something like that, 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a very very hard decision to take because I was uh, uh, visiting a lot um, of special shops, the specialist shops, and I I try like 30 guitars in every in each in each shop. So um, I spent it like 6 or 7 months in choose the the one.
When
So
was the last time that you play your guitar?
I guess yesterday,
Okay.
but in a band, I guess 8 or 9 months ago.
Mm, Maybe the quarantine time.
Mm, a little a little more,
Mm.
but I have this little um, I don't know, amplifier, a little amplifier of 2 volts that you connect and can use the headphones.
Oh.
So I can play even if my son is sleeping. So I play to kill the time at night when
Mm.
I
Nice.
have not a lot of things to do.
Will you teach how to play the guitar to your son?
I'm trying to teach him, but not to play the guitar because he is 3 years old. But I'm teaching to enjoy the music, and he plays the harmonica.
Yeah.
I play a blues bass, a blues. Uh, I don't know how it is. Uh, una, a blues bass. I don't know how it says. The blues. I play a blues in the guitar,
Mm.
and he plays the harmonica and sima
Nice.
harmonic, improving himself.
Okay, good.
I was thinking in those China Chinese boys that have maybe 1 year and play the piano or the guitar perfectly.
Playing Mozart, 1 year old kid, Chinese kid playing Mozart.
Yes.
But it's hard. He always take a pen or something and start to drum, but not not to at the level of the Chinese guy. No, no,
Hmm.
impossible. It's my turn. What do you most want to change about yourself or your life in the future?
Vaya. Wow. Mm, maybe the future is closer
Well,
than the that.
it's an earthquake. Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you feel it?
Yeah.
I live in a 14,
Oh,
Oh,
and wait, I don't know if you can notice.
it's very small.
Everything is moving. Everything is moving.
oh. Where do you live?
I
In
live,
Macul,
Mm.
I live in Providencia.
It's okay now?
I guess it's okay. People go out of the apartment.
The lamp is moving.
Mm.
I live on the
And
second floor.
With my wife is telling me that she felt like noisy. No, I don't know what it is.
Wait,
Mareado,
dizzy.
busy.
Give me a second, please. Give
Are
me a
you
Take your
okay?
time.
Okay, take your time.
I don't feel anything.
Or it was strong. Let me see.
I think that yesterday was an earthquake on the north. Maybe Alto
Vallenar,
Hospicio.
¿cómo se llama? La Facultad de Ciencias, Matemáticas, Física y Oh, no aparece aún.
Eso pasó porque hablamos mucho rato en inglés.
Sí. No, aún no aparece. Yo pensé que estaba mareado.
Sorry, but I had to see my mom because my mom is afraid of earthquakes and she was alone. So sorry.
Yeah,
But
my neighbors too.
She was okay?
So
she was okay, yeah. No, she didn't even notice it. She was sitting on her bed watching TV, but she said that the epicenter, I think, was in La Serena, according to the news.
I'm looking here. Seems to be Huasco.
Yeah. But it was, I don't know, I was sitting and I didn't feel anything. The only thing was my lamp. The lamp was bouncing. But if Diego hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have noticed. Yeah.
No.
I felt it very strong.
Ah, yeah? Do you live in a
Because
house?
I have my library and started to move,
Ah,
so I felt the noise, and I was feeling
busy.
dizzy. So I looked around, and my wife will look to the others apartments, because my two neighbors have earthquake scared
Ah,
of scared of earthquake.
yeah.
So they start panic.
Ah,
So
that's a
she
problem. But
she looked
do you live, so you live in an apartment then, in a building?
mhm,
Which
in
floor?
14.
That's why. On the 14th floor, yeah. I live on the second floor, so
Last
it's
night I felt the earthquake, but the table started to move.
yeah,
It was very strong in a 14.
yeah. No, I imagine that. Yeah. And you do you live in a house, don't you?
I didn't not
Notice? Notice.
notice. I didn't notice that
You didn't
also.
notice? Yeah, me either. I mean, only the lamp. Because I have a hanging lamp, so the lamp was bouncing, but I was fixing it. Okay, let's go on.
The
Okay,
thing, what do you most want to change about yourself in your life in the future?
Uh-huh.
I want to change my nutrition, my meat consume. I want to become. I want to become a vegetarian and then vegan because well, I was like 3 days ago. I was sitting in my chair. We was taking our lunch and we was eating chicken with rice. So when I was cutting the meat, I felt I felt um, disgust. So and that um, doesn't um, ever happened to me before. So I think that I am um, going. Um,
Mhm.
I am. Uh, mm, well, I the meat is disgusting me more than I enjoy it.
Have
So
you ever tried vegetarianism?
yes, but I am. I never leave it at all.
Okay.
So I don't know. I reduce my consume of meat, but I don't. I don't do my. I don't. I don't do my own um, meal always. So sometimes the person who cook the meal do me do uh, a meal with meat. So I just eat it. But when I cook, I don't use meat.
Mm.
And I don't know in barbecue in in I don't use animals or well, meat of animals. I'm trying to do some vegetables and mushrooms, something like that.
Have you tried how it's called? This purple um, Solanaceae?
berenjena.
berenjena in a
Yes,
barbecue?
yes, it tastes really good.
Eggplant.
Egg,
Eggplant.
eggplant. Oh, a really weird name for a plant.
Okay. Tastes very good.
Yes, when I was child, that taste I don't really like that plant. I don't know if my mother doesn't cook it well, but I don't want to say that. So I think that I just a kid mañoso. Um, spoiled kid.
Spoiled.
I have never tried the eggplant till a friend becomes vegan,
Mm.
and I enjoy it.
Yes, I when I entered to the university, I meet I met a lot of vegetarian or vegan person. So I don't know. I just know the preparation of meal with contain meat, but when she teach me that there are too many ways to prepare um, an, a meal without meat, it's just it's a it's a thing of um, have the knowledge. I don't know anything
It,
else.
it's it's curious because my my promotion of the university was very fanatic of the barbecues. So is it, I guess I had just one vegetarian mate, and I have seen in the time how the new promotions are accumulating more vegan
Mm.
than in my times.
Yes, it's a big movement.
Hmm, very curious.
One more
My turn.
question, the last question,
Okay.
Germán.
Yes.
Mhm.
What is your biggest dream or ambition?
Oh, um, I guess my biggest ambition is to work less than my free time, enjoy my free time, but have enough time to to I don't know how it is. My biggest dream is uh, have a lot of free time and a little time to spend in work.
Mm.
To enjoy my freedom and not become the like um, the artists say right now, not become a number, not become a so that's my dream. I'm trying to open windows with the doctorate. I'm trying to open windows to find ways to uh, improve my uh, ingresos,
Mm.
my
What?
Incomes?
ingresos,
Ah,
incomes, my
income.
incomes, and reduce the the time spent in an office or in a lab or something.
Mm. Where do you imagine yourself employed?
I Yeah, I want to go back to, I don't know if my family farm, but I imagine my future in a country,
Mm.
in the country. I guess even to my son, I'm waiting that he can live the truly freedom, the that thing that you go out your house and you if you wanna I don't know, get naked, you can run naked if you what you want. So I'm
Mm.
hoping, I hope you I'm hope to finish my days in a country. Um, I I just want to be quiet. To be, I don't know. It's quiet. Quiet is the word.
Yes.
Tranquilo. I just want to be quiet with my family. Um, and have time to stay with my wife, with my son, and don't lose my time in my view, banal things uh, like the work that I I guess maybe I can left some legacy. I don't know, but I guess that a banal thing because I want to just enjoy my life
Here in Chile?
where the wind blows.
Mm.
Okay, that was the last question, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Thanks for sharing your life with me.
thank, thanks you too.
Okay, guys. Well, this is the second time that or the third time that I have done this exercise with a group, and this is the first time that this situation has happened. Also, it's the first time that I have only two students. In other groups, the answers have been more or less the one that you can expect. I mean, more or less the usual thing. But I would like to congratulate you because it was very interesting. It was very, I don't want to say fluent. It was, I don't know if you see, in Spanish it's the same. Fluent is when you speak. Yeah, it was fluent. Sometimes it was not that fluent, but it was quite fluent. But it was fluid. Can you see the difference? It was something smooth. I mean,
Mm.
you didn't need the teacher to be pushing you to speak, as it happened, Germán, in the previous level sometimes.
Mm.
You have more people. So from that point of view, it was a very good exercise. Um, Actually, I took a lot of notes, different things. Uh, I would like to check this in detail, to study that in detail, to organize my notes in different aspects, because if not, it will be a kind of mess, okay? But it was quite good. Something general that I can say is that let's see, Diego, you have to be careful with pronunciation of VDs in past tenses, regular past tenses. You tend to forget sometimes how to pronounce it. There is a video that all my courses have seen that is, yes, I will upload it to you. I mean, for you to practice that, yeah?
Okay.
That is in general. In your case, Germán, is not exactly, well, also some cases of these problems, but present and past. Be careful with that. Regularly, both of you, right? Present and past. So for that, I will ask you to review the video that I told you about at the beginning of the class, especially the first three tenses, that is simple present, simple past, and present perfect. That is important, yeah? Let me see. That is more or less in general, very general. In terms of vocabulary, I think I will give you a list of some things that sometimes are confusing because they are similar in Spanish. I mean, you write it similarly or you pronounce it similarly, but they have different meanings in Spanish, okay? So that's something that I would like to emphasize next week. The other thing I will ask you, Diego, to be careful with is the words in, on, at. Something that Germán knows very well. Last semester, I was a pain in the ass with that. Sorry, this is being recorded. I forget that it's being recorded. Okay. Yeah. But, well, other than that, it was very, very good. Now, just to finish, we are not going to have enough time to do the next exercise because the other activity that I had is supposed to take at least 45 minutes. So it's so I would like you to tell me, I mean, how you felt with the information you got from your using the notes. I mean, the notes you took and your impressions about the information you got about each other and about the activity. Okay.
No.
Yes.
I guess Herman have a very particular connection with his feelings. But as he said, he have problems to
Express them.
express them. But I like a lot to share this conversation with him. I really have a very good time.
Why?
Because I can see that he is being honest about his answers. So it's um, it's not common to see uh, an open answer about feelings in a course of a university.
In an English class.
In an English class. And so it was very fascinating to have a conversation and maybe a real conversation, no, not just an exercise.
Yes,
It was like a psychiatric visit.
I feel like Diego does. I think that I don't have a conversation like this in the past in English. So it's a really good experience. And other times I I tried to converse to
Talk.
to talk sorry, to talk with in English with another person, but always have troubles with the flu. with the flow of the conversation. So I am proud of me, of both of us, for do that, for do this in that way.
Maybe an American will laugh of our English, but
So,
but we can communicate and please for bread and water.
Yes.
you know that, I mean, when you, according to my personal experience, when you are used to talking and to speaking in English, but in the normal context, I mean, I don't know, maybe not only classes, maybe daily life, but as you said, I mean, talking about things that everybody talks about is different when you, for one reason or another, you break that and you have to talk about personal feelings, um, and something emotional. I can tell you my experience. I had a very, I mean, some years ago, I had a very tough experience in Europe. I was in Italy and I was alone, and I had a problem with a partner. Um, and then I was a complete, well, with him, I was not alone, but after he, he left me, everything, I mean, I was totally alone. And I was really, really deeply affected and really destroyed. And I remember at that time there were no cell phones, so I had to use a public telephone. And English was not the problem. I mean, I was already a teacher. I had been a teacher for many years, so it was English was okay. I mean, the problem was the way I felt. And I remember in the middle of the city at night, raining, very cold, alone, destroyed.
Like a movie,
Huh?
like a movie.
Like a movie. And all the surrounding was beautiful buildings, but I couldn't see any of that. And I remember calling my only friend in Europe that was an English guy, but he was in England. And I remember calling him and I was crying, and I couldn't stop doing that. And so I was talking, but I was crying. And I had never done that in English. And I remember he tried to say, calm down, and he tried to do his best, but he was very far away. And I remember the picture now, I mean, looking at it from a distance, it was like a movie. I mean, destroyed in a public telephone cabin, for telephone box, and then crying in English. And it was so strange because to explain how I felt in English, to me was, when I come later on, we laughed about it, but when I told him, and then I told him the same thing I'm telling you, he said, yeah, I understand, but he didn't understand. I mean, he could, because English for him is his native language. So it's not the same when you do it in a foreign language. I don't know if you get what I mean. It's different.
Mhm.
Is it very crazy? I mean,
That, that's what I felt. To talk because maybe if we were talking about, agronomy, it must be like a robot English. Like, this plant, you can see this fruit. It's something maybe robotic, but um, but to talk in this way about our past, feeling the feel feeling the feels that we felt in memories, uh, make us think a lot in the other language.
exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I, I I I want to tell the facts, but trying to tell it fast. I started to think in Spanish to finish the story soon, but in 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 remember and explain it in English was very slow because I was thinking in Spanish because my memory is in Spanish.
Yeah. But later on, you start getting into the way.
Claro.
Yes.
I remember I asked to Nicola Fiore
Oh yeah.
and if when he talks, if he thinks in Italian, in English, or Spanish.
What did he
And
say?
he told me that he thinks in the context that he are. He says in
Hello.
Viola,
Hola.
in his house he thinks in Italian.
Yeah.
In a meeting he thinks in English, but in the university he thinks in Spanish. So it's like a contextual thought. I don't know.
Yes. It depends on where you are and what is around you, right? Yes. What's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas?
He isn't listening. No, no, he's listening. What's your name?
Ah.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Iker.
Iker.
Iker. Nombre vasco.
Hola, Iker.
Hola. Hola.
Tienes que hablar fuerte para que te escuchen.
Hola.
Hola. Iker Arrastio. Casi de la ETA. Okay, guys. Well, no, sorry, Germán, you have to finish. You have to tell me your impression about Diego.
I think that Diego have a really good childhood. That is the impression that I could take about his story. He had good and less good memories, thinking in the chef, the story of the kitchen or the sad Christmas that he lived. And in all of his answers, I see a aesthetic aspect in
Sorry, what?
aesthetic aspect.
Yeah.
In the beginning with the present, when he told the story of the cat, the tree, and the ranger. It's like a name of a song. And the tractores. So I can say that I think really comfortable with this conversation. I I need to know how can I say empatizar in English.
I think it is sympathize. Que no
Well,
es empatizar en el sentido de español. Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, no, it's not the first. It's not the first. This is the first meaning. But the second meaning, this one, understand somebody's feelings.
Mm.
Comprender, ahí sale
Yeah.
abajo empatizar.
Yeah. Where is it? Here. Right. Yeah. So when you say that somebody is sympathetic, you don't mean that the person is nice. Sympathetic. Sympathetic is not simpático, it's not nice. It's understanding, compassionate. Yeah?
Mm.
Yeah.
Is it
Well, I
okay?
think, yes, I think that I could sympathize with Diego. Mm,
Yes?
yes, he understood he understood the way in I see the life in these words, the a few words, but um, I don't know. I think that how how he said in the last question is a reflexive person,
Agree? He what?
¿Cómo?
reflexive,
Reflexive, yeah?
reflexive person who
Mhm,
wants to go slow
mhm.
in or are last in the speed of the country. Yeah, I think that it is slow thinking in the speed of the city.
Sorry? Slow what?
Slow, opposite of the speed of the city. That
Ah,
is,
yeah, 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 yeah. Slow, sorry. Slow pace.
slow pace.
Slow pace. Okay, yeah. And the story of his grandfather is incredible. I mean, I don't know. I am a fan of Spanish Civil War and Spanish history of that period. I have read many books and I have seen many films about that topic. And I really felt touched by the story of your grandfather. I mean,
Mm.
it's
I always told him that it's a book story that but he haven't the patience to to
Right.
to write. No, he didn't know how to write. He never go to school.
yeah,
Um, the patience to tell the stories. I I always ask him things about that period, but he always answer in a short way.
yeah, but that is typical. According to what I have seen, the people that have been in a war normally don't want to talk much about it.
Mhm.
Mm.
He
It's
always I
nothing.
asked him about a Morocco campaign in Morocco,
Morocco,
Morocco, and he always yeah, a lot of camels.
a lot of
Uh, uh,
camels.
they don't like woman. No.
He was in Morocco then.
Mm. He was because in the before the civil war he was in a campaign in Morocco because
Morocco.
Morocco I guess he went called to the army something
Before
like
the Civil War.
12 years old, something like that, because the Basque was the
Garbage.
something like that,
Mm,
because Franco was thinking that
mm,
he hates Basque and Catalanes.
yes. They were communist. Yeah.
I have some pics of him in the uniform, and he is a kid with a fusil of his soul.
Have you seen if there is a film? I mean, not a film, it's a series on Netflix called, it's a co-production Spanish and Argentinian. To me, it's the best historical series that I have seen. The name is Vientos de Agua. They are 13 episodes and it's over because I don't like series I never finish. No, it's only one season, 13 episodes. Vientos de Agua. It's an excellent. I think that if you have a story, I mean, such a close story in your family, you will like it. And I don't know if you like that kind of story, Herman, but it's very, very good. So I recommend it to you. And the music is marvelous.
I put it on my favorites in my list.
Vientos de Agua. And they mix two different times. I mean, 1934, when the story starts in Spain, and 2001 in Argentina. And they mix the two periods of time.
Okay.
So it's black and white and in color. And they make the, it's very, very good. Okay, guys. So, very good job. Today you worked a lot. I'm sure you've never spoken in English that long. I didn't interrupt you at all. Okay, so we continue then with next class. We start with my comments and my supporting material. For that, I want you please to watch the video about tenses.
Okay.
Teacher, and the test that we do the last class.
What I said is that you both, the test, I mean, both of you have the same level. Actually, you have almost the same score, intermediate level, both of you. I don't think it's, I mean, it's good for you to see the test. I mean, if I publish the answers, the test dies. I kill the test for the future. That's a problem. Yeah? Do you want to see your test?
If you think that we shouldn't.
I mean, the thing is that I wouldn't like you to share it with anybody, because if not, the test becomes invalid for other people. That's, but I mean, if you promise me not to.
Maybe we can share a screen next class.
Yeah.
And you share and we can talk about our answers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There was some words that I never read.
You never, okay. Yeah, we can do that. I can share the screen and we can check it. Let me write it down. We can check it during the class.
I want to say that you upload the class you uploaded the correct answers. So I have the
That's you true. You send us the answers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So you have it.
Yes, but
and you want to know the
there
reason.
is the reasons and there is the writing part.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah. Next class. Okay. What you can do is to if you have the test, okay, the answers, you select the ones you want to ask me about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be faster, I think. Yeah.
I want to know if you can, where you will download or this class or.
if I will, upload the recording?
Oh, you are now recording the class.
Yes,
So
yes.
when you
Yeah,
go to the folder, there is a archive,
a file.
a file with the chat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you can share that,
I will do it immediately. I promised myself to do this semester is to do it immediately after the class. I mean, to upload the class to YouTube, but I have to convert it and all that. So it takes some minutes. But then to upload it to photo, and then I upload the chat. Yeah, no problem.
yes, because there is a lot of words.
Words.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. So hope to see you next Tuesday then, just before the 18th.
See you
Okay.
next week.
Oh,
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
okay,
Adios.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.